What do you do sitting at home? How long can you stare at your wives? How long can the wife stare at your husband? Come on, get to the office and start working.
My request is that our youngsters must say, this is my country. I want to work 70 hours a week.
And then just work like hell. I mean, you just have to put in, 80 to 100 hour weeks every week.
Torchbearer was Infosys Narayan Murthy. Then it was Elon Musk. Then it was lots of startup founders. Now the latest entrant is L&T's chairman, Subramanian. 90 hours a week? Is this what success looks like now? Success? It's not even success, it's just survival. These corporate leaders and startup founders aren't talking about success. They're talking about a system where working yourself to the bone is bare minimum to live a normal life. So let's ask, why are they pushing this narrative? Who benefits from it? And what are we even working towards? The motive. What is the motive? These leaders aren't advocating for long hours because they care about productivity or nation building. They care about profits. If they truly wanted efficiency, they could adopt the shift system used in production environments. It's not something new, it has been in the implementation. But no, they'd rather squeeze their existing workforce than hire more people from the nation they want to build or pay overtime. Why? Because that's cheaper. And while they exploit employees, they enjoy double-digit crore salaries, while these employees barely scrapes by with single-digit lakh salaries. Let's not forget the privilege gap as well. These leaders have teams of assistants, drivers, house help managing their lives. Meanwhile, these employees are juggling between dropping kids at school, grocery shopping, household chores, managing the household responsibilities, attending to their aged parents' health. After all these, they are expected to work 70, 80, now the new 90 hours a week to fund these leaders' profits. The hypocrisy is staggering. And what about governments? Why are they silent? These leaders openly advocate practices that contradict the existing labor laws.
Meanwhile,
पॉपकॉर्न के ऊपर टैक्स मैं इसका पूरे पृष्ठभूमि आपके सामने रखना चाहती हूं.
Yet no one questions them. Why? Because the system is built to exploit workers while protecting corporate interests. Governments elected by the people are the other side in this whole construct. Life for the average employee is already a thankless grind. And it's not just corporate exploitation, it's also the government's role. Starting with taxes, 30% of your income is gone before you even see your paycheck. 18% GST on essentials like health insurance, because apparently protecting your health is a luxury. Here is how the corporates and governments are dictating your life, as if all employees or the people are already AI humanoids. For all the tax money, what do you get? And roads, collapsing infrastructure, education system. Is that even there? The so-called growing economy. It's only visible in defense budgets and welfare programs. Meanwhile, the standard of living stays stagnant or gets worse. Employees sacrificing their health, time, and dreams are rewarded with nothing. Instead, the benefits seem to flow to the lazy, those who appear poor. So, what exactly are we working? A system that punishes effort and rewards inefficiency? Is that what we are working towards? Here is a core issue. Employees' priorities as citizens are their own. It's not what governments or corporates dictate. For one employee or one citizen, it might be spending time with family. For another, it could be achieving financial freedom, traveling the world, pursuing passion outside work. Everyone's dreams are different. They are deeply personal. Who are corporates or governments to decide what employees or citizens should value? Leaders preach that working long hours is essential for national development. It is a straight out lie. Nation is not GDP, nation is not infrastructure, but nation is something all these are being done for, which is people. Nation is people. Desham Ante Desham Ante Manushuloy, quote from Gurujada Apparao garu. We should all recollect. If people are not happy, then what development are we talking about? If these so-called leaders are really so passionate about nation development, hire more people from the regions where you are building roads. Then those people can see how it impacts their lives. They'll be driven to work more. Leaders should inspire. Leaders should create drive. Identify people who aligns with the machine. Leaders are not someone who imposes work. We're not against capitalism. Far from it, we believe in ethical capitalism, a system that respects individuals, compensates fairly, and doesn't treat employees as expendable resources. Success doesn't have to come at the cost of individuality or well-being. When is the last time capital economy principles were revised? So, need of the hour is foolishness. Yes, somehow being intellectual today has come to mean understanding and justifying everything, even exploitation. People twist logic to accept every injustice, convincing themselves it's normal because that's how the system works. Maybe it's time for foolishness. Foolishness to ask questions we have stopped asking. Intelligence to accept a system that confuses and exploits us. It's complacency. Ironically, I do think people should work 70 to 90 hours a week, but not for corporates. 8 hours for work to fulfill your responsibilities, dreams, and other things. To 5 hours for society to ask foolish questions for better next generation, where everyone thrives, not just corporates and governments. The time is for yourself to rest, grow, and spend time with your family. After all, we are not born to do slavery and die, right? This is how we break the cycle of exploitation and create a sustainable future, not one where employees are treated like slaves. We all should think, what are we really working towards? A world where 90-hour work weeks are normalized, where governments and corporates exploit workers, leaving them with nothing but exhaustion? It's time to stop glorifying overwork and start asking the hard questions. Who benefits from the system? Why is it so complex? And what kind of future we are building? If we don't act now, we'll leave behind a broken system that rewards exploitation, not effort. If everyone says what they are, and if everyone is committed for nations building, it's something we need to inspire people, inspire the citizens to build, work hard in their own way to contribute to the country, but we should not impose to them. Then that is not democracy. Let's work towards a system that value people, not just profits.